My name's Cillespie, and this is the Cambell Club, and I've been part of this community for about 2.5 years. I got to know it through some friends who are involved in other activities that I was involved in, and so I came here, and I sort of got to know the culture and the feel of the house, and it stuck. I thought it was really awesome.
We got the Cambell Club in Eugene, Oregon. This is the benefit for the Dropout. The Dropout is a newspaper. That's all the information I need to share with you right now.
This house has a very strong social justice common theme. Virtually everybody who lives here does some work that's related to social justice, and sometimes that comes in the form of people who are involved in feminist works, or who are involved in like Food Not Bombs and feeding people, in trying to associate people with finding housing situations if they can't, and so working together to build, working together through these goals and supporting each other in this community also helps create a better community in the broader area. When the community decides that something is wrong, it's evidenced by usually physical violence happening to somebody, whether it's by the police or by a state institution or by a racist group or a whatever, something that's bad that's going on. That gets brought up to the community. We have weekly meetings, and we decide by consensus to do something about it. Everybody agrees that this is a problem, and that we want to do something about it.
Hello, people of Eugene, people in my band, assemble.
The Cambell Club is named after Wally Campbell, who wrote his thesis on cooperative living and how that can be more efficient. That if everybody shares the cost of something, it makes it cheaper and more efficient for everybody to live there. Everybody works together. Everybody shares the responsibilities of both maintaining the spaces as well as working together to try to live with a shared set of ideas. And so cooperative living is really about people coming together over a shared set of ideas and sort of expanding on that to try to both spread the ideas and make something positive come out of it. For instance, we might hold a benefit show. There was one for Students for Global Health after the earthquake in Haiti. There have been numerous benefits on a variety of different sort of worthy causes. We see stuff that's happening in the world, and we say, that's not okay, it's not acceptable this is happening. The community sits down and decides by consensus that there is a problem, and then to do something about it, either by raising money or by directly stepping in. To join the co-ops, usually we ask the people come around and join one of our shared meals. So come eat with us, talk to us, let us get to know you, and then there's just an application. And we go through a process of reviewing the applications. We ask that members who are already here look it over and read what the person has to say, so we get a sense and feel for the person. Usually it's described that humans have two essential needs, one for community and one for the individual. And while everybody should be have the ability to be have their own private space and be free to do what they want, at the same time there's also the need to work together and to have friendships and to have groups of people that you can associate with. And so here we have very intense relationships, a lot of people close together. One of the things about the consensus process is that we decide when or if we're going to have events. And so that means that everybody in the house agrees to it. And as to everyday life, members have their own rooms. So if somebody does want some space time, they're having a bad day or whatever, they can go into their private space and chill out for a while. But what's sort of remarkable is that most people aren't deeply reclusive. Most people do want to get out. They want to know the people they're around. They want to have conversations. Like, most people are actually itching for that. And so people come here and they find really rich conversations, and so the need for privacy, I think in a lot of cases, is overwhelmed by a sense of companionship. There are very seldom fights in the community. On occasion, there are conflicts that come up, or somebody says an insensitive thing. A variety of issues can arise. Sometimes, I think probably the most common thing is between quarrels between lovers that turn serious. And so we have a system in place here of what we call the CRAC. And CRAC is the Conflict Resolution Action Committee. And they respond to any situations. They go through counseling training, and they're prepared to deal if something comes up in the community between community members. If there's a fight between the community and somebody outside the community, then usually what we try to practice is restorative justice. If the person actually wants to be a part of the community, then we bring them in closer and we say, hey, look, this is not okay. This is why this is not okay. Do you understand this? And try to dialogue between all the offended parties and the person, so they really feel that, like, if they're going to be part of this community, if they're going to be part of this space, if they're going to share in this experience, then really they do have to be a part of it, and they have to be accountable to that. And so there are conflicts that arise, and they play out in different ways, but to the best of my knowledge, there's never been a serious non-consensual fight. If there's a fight between the community and somebody outside the community, then usually what we try to practice is restorative justice. If the person actually wants to be a part of the community, then we bring them in closer and we say, hey, look, this is not okay. This is why this is not okay. Do you understand this? And try to dialogue between all the offended parties and the person, so they really feel that, like, if they're going to be part of this community, if they're going to be part of this space, if they're going to share in this experience, then really they do have to be a part of it, and they have to be accountable to that. The official goal of the student co-ops is to provide affordable housing. The unofficial goal, and sort of the shared value that a lot of people have here, is social justice. That we see a problem in the world that's usually made evidence because people are getting physically harmed by it, and we say, that's ridiculous, we're going to do something about it.